if this is being
Oh,
vindicated,
Giselle.
I don't want to see what being guilty is. Like,
Oh my God.
Well, you saw Guilty. Actually, there was the mini movie called Where Your Wig At is vindicate is
Ooh.
like guilty, like as
God,
charged.
dog. Hello, 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 and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss any of my videos. Prayers for Karen Huger and her family as she enters rehab. At the same time, same day, Real Housewives of Potomac is filming the reunion. What is we gonna do, y'all? What is we gonna do? Let's give prayers to Real Housewives of Potomac as well, because if Karen is not there, what are they going to talk about?
I have a tissue, ma'am.
Oh my
I do
God.
not carry tissues in my police car. But there will be.
God is
I will
good.
get you tissues
No,
at the station.
I don't. I'm not going to be very long, but I thank you for tonight. This has been good for my marriage.
I was combing the blogs and I found out earlier, I believe Alexander Rogers, YouTuber, was the first person to put it in his title that Karen Huger is not coming to the reunion or was not at the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Apparently, they filmed today and Karen was not there. As y'all know, Karen Huger was found guilty of many many charges she received, including driving while intoxicated. Yeah, Karen Huger was found guilty of drunk driving. I think it was a couple weeks ago, and her body cam footage was leaked. Guys, there's a difference between being under the influence and how drunk Karen was on the body cam footage. She got in a car wreck. She ran into a tree. Her car caught on fire. But when the cops arrived and the ambulance arrived, she just wanted to walk away from the scene like nothing had happened. She claimed that another driver caused her to swerve. No one's ever found any video footage of this other driver. Based on the investigation, there was no other driver. Karen was simply driving wasted. White boy wasted, sloshed, uh, highly impaired. I don't know what would drive her, no pun intended, to drive home under the influence, under this much of an influence, especially when they could have just called Ray. You know, they called Ray and he came right on out the door. They called Ray and Ray came right on to the scene. Karen, why you couldn't call Ray to come pick you up? Karen, why couldn't you take an Uber? Karen, why couldn't you stay a little longer or maybe stay until the next day while you sober up? But here's the problem now. Karen denied being guilty of drinking and driving all season long of the most recent season of Real Housewives of Potomac. She couldn't speak on it because it was an open case. We learned during the season that case closed, she's guilty, and she could receive some jail time. There's been rumors for seasons that Karen had a drinking problem. And based on this body cam footage and based on her previous DUI charges, Karen has a drinking problem. If y'all don't remember, Sharice Jackson Jordan, one of the OGs of Real Housewives of Potomac, told it all. But I'm sure at the end of the day, she is concerned about Karen, but she was on a show and she was on the show telling her truth. And her truth is she's witnessed Karen and other people have witnessed Karen around Potomac being sloshed. White boy wasted. Fraternity brother wasted. She told no lies. Everyone has said Karen calls them when she's tipsy, drunk dialing, and we've seen Karen on camera drinking, like heavy drinking, being drunk versus the other girls' behavior when they've been drinking on the show. And you can tell Karen likes to throw them back. So anyway, All About the Tea says, can confirm, All About the Tea claims Karen Huger was fired for declining to attend the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion after DUI conviction. And also, her manager stated that she is not returning. She's not going to be at the reunion because she's entering into rehab. Karen, something's telling me if this body cam footage wouldn't have come out, you would have showed up to that reunion and still not taken accountability. If you had been found innocent, you would have shown up to that reunion and you would have not taken accountability and you still would have been drinking and driving. All of this, whatever happens, whatever comes out of it, Karen, somebody's trying to save your life. Because if you can get that messed up and get behind the wheel and deny, you're going to do it again. You're a danger to society. Karen was driving in a residential neighborhood when she swerved off the road. She might have fallen asleep. Had to have. That's probably what happened. She probably had fallen asleep at the wheel. Thank God for the tree. Here's another report. Reality Entertainment TV says Karen did not show up to the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 9 reunion taping. This comes after Karen was found guilty of DUI after wrecking her Maserati in a high-speed crash in March. Karen faces up to 2 years in prison with sentencing scheduled for Wednesday, January 29th. Y'all, I would have never thunk that Karen Huger would be going through something like this. I would have never thought that Karen Huger would be going through this much legal trouble, similar to other housewives on other franchises, such as Jen Shaw, Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey, and Shannon Bedore from Real Housewives of OC. I would have never thought that Karen, as graceful as she is, that she would be going through this many legal trouble. She could go to jail, y'all. She could go to jail. This is unreal. This is unbelievable. I think Karen is 61 now. But it says here, TVD says Karen Huger's rep confirms she is in rehab. Karen made the important decision to enter a private recovery program, so was unable to attend the reunion taping today. She was fully supported in this choice. We stand behind Karen as she embarks on this meaningful journey and are proud of her for taking such a significant step forward in her personal growth. I know it's a sham because Sharice Jackson Jordan, the original Grand Dame of Potomac, told us that Karen went to rehab before, probably court ordered, and her friends busted her out. Karen does not think she has a drinking problem, y'all, and she's going to continue to drink and drive. I would hate for her to have to go to jail, as a lesson to her, so she won't do it again. But she might be going. It don't matter what I think. Don't matter if I care or not. She might be going. When I was watching Kimpire's YouTube channel a week or so ago, someone commented that this is Karen's 4th time with the DUI charge or drinking under the influence incident. I'll just say that. I don't know how many times she's been charged with it. I thought this was her 3rd incident, 2nd charge. Someone is saying this is her 4th incident. Lord, her poor children. I'm sure they're embarrassed. Ray is embarrassed. And trust me, I sympathize with Karen. I sympathize with anyone that's battling substance abuse. I'm just praying for Karen and anyone that's dealing with substance abuse issues. From a reality TV show standpoint, what they gonna talk about at the reunion? What did they talk about at the reunion? I'm still gonna be positive and remain hopeful that the reunion is good once it airs. But I don't know if Karen would have shown up. Oh my God. all 3 parts would have been dedicated to her. This is serious. So it's probably best she didn't show, to where we can talk about some other lighter things that happened this season. And then also, if she enters into rehab, she technically maybe can't be fired because she's admitting to having a problem. That's a legitimate reason not to show up if you're entering rehab. So, I don't know. Let's look at some other reports. Oh, I didn't see this one, y'all. Oops. Okay, magazine. She needs to get help. Sharice Jackson Jordan claims the truth about Karen Huger will come to light after DUI videos were released. I mean, she's right about that. And y'all know what? They do a lot. The producers do a lot for some of these ladies on these shows by not releasing certain information, not bringing certain castmates back. And I honestly believe Karen did not want Sharice Jackson Jordan back because she knew this had happened and she was going to have a hard season, but she should have just grinned it and bared it. She should have just took it. You know what I'm saying? It would have shown so much humility for Sharice to come back. Well, I don't know. What do y'all think? Should Sharice have come back to so she could be vindicated? She had been saying all along that Karen had a drinking problem. So, and if that's true, are the rumors of Karen being with other guys true as well? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, y'all can check out OK Magazine. I'm gonna go read it my darn self. Read that little article. Karen. She's been on the show, what, 9, we'll say 8 seasons. She's been through some scandal on that show already with raised tax problems. But this is much worse. This is much worse. She brushed it off as it being Ray's issue. For all we know, it could have been her problem too. Y'all, I have done a few videos previously about Karen's DUI situation, so make sure y'all check those out. They're in a playlist titled Karen Huger Housewives, I believe. So check out, and I'll put a link for it in the description box if y'all want to check out some of my other content related to Karen Huger. But what is this going to do for Real Housewives of Potomac? Karen is that girl. Mia is not. You know what I'm saying? Like, get Mia off the show. Get Karen some help. And even if she has to take off next season, bring her back for season 11. You know? Because she's that girl on the show. She's great on the show. That grape juice says R-Hop reunion, Karen Huger missing from the seating chart after DUI conviction. Karen Huger, this is the reality.report. Karen Huger reunion no show. Look at the seating chart, y'all. From left to right, we got Stacy, Wendy, and Mia. And then we got on the other side, Giselle, Ashley, and Kiana. This is sad. Do y'all see the seating chart? This is sad. Stacy, they're going to talk about her and TJ, her and her divorce. Okay, moving on. Wendy turned 40 and she quit her job. Now what does she do for a living? Now what does Wendy do for a living, y'all? Besides be on the show. Don't y'all write me no hateful comments now. Mia, that was a bust. How you conveniently get back with your husband at the end of the season? Or, I'm sorry, at reunion taping time. She conveniently gets back with her husband, Gordon, and breaks up with Ink at reunion taping time. Giselle, I want to update on her dad's will, because that is something I can relate to. When you have someone passing away that's near and dear to you, and other people are handling things all wrong or being deceptive. Ashley, no update. Oh, and Ashley and Giselle are going to talk about their dating stuff. And then Kierna. Maybe we'll get an update on the lawsuit with her and Big Deb, Deborah, and what else? Nothing. There's nothing to talk about. I don't want to talk about Mia. Mia is hard to even look at, let alone sit there and watch her cry crocodile tears because Gordon. I want her to tell Gordon to his face that he was going through all these schizo issues during the season. All of it is lies. All of it is lies. All right. Well, for those of you not interested in Housewives, I was thinking maybe y'all were interested, in this legal situation. Karen has had, she lives in Potomac, Maryland, and she's had previous DUI charges. This is her second or third or fourth time with the DUI incident or charge, and she was found guilty. They had body cam footage. The police were on the scene. She was drunk. She was wasted, but she still hired a lawyer. She still said she'd be vindicated. She still denied it all season, that it was what we thought it was. And she's guilty. And she could be going to jail. And also stay tuned because when she's sentenced, I'm going to come back. Mr. Housewives, as Karen Huger enters rehab, baby. People magazine is reporting that Karen Huger missed the Rehab season 9 reunion taping to focus on her health, entering a private recovery program. Again, Karen's manager, Ryan Treadle, released a statement. Karen made the important decision to enter a private recovery program, so she was unable to attend the reunion taping today. She was fully supported in this choice. We stand behind Karen as she embarks on this meaningful journey and are proud of her for taking such a significant step forward in her personal growth. The news follows Karen's recent guilty verdict for DUI, with her sentencing scheduled for January 29th. She faces up to 2 years in prison. It's possible that entering rehab could be part of an effort to present herself in a more positive light ahead of sentencing. Well, what took you so long, Karen? You could have skipped taping to go to rehab. You could have skipped the taping of the season to go to rehab. That would have really shown her in a more positive light. Why are you waiting until the day of the reunion to go to rehab? Now it looks like you don't want to face the music. So it says here, legal strategies like this aren't uncommon, but Karen's move could also reflect a genuine desire to work on herself. Notably, Karen isn't the first housewife to miss a reunion for rehab. Back in 2017, Luann de Lesseps skipped the Roni season 10 reunion for similar reasons. Here's wishing Karen the best as she navigates this difficult chapter. Let me know y'all thoughts. This kind of hurts a little bit. She needs to take responsibility, but she could have hurt someone. She could have hurt herself. Karen could no longer be here. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it takes these things to wake us up. And hopefully, this sends a message to other people, tired and drinking. And that was around midnight too. Being sleepy and drinking, bad combination. All right, well, prayers for Kevin. I'm sorry, not Kevin. Prayers for Karen Huger and her family, and prayers for Real Housewives of Potomac. Good God Almighty. But before we go, check out what her castmates Robin Dixon and Giselle Bryant had to say on their Reasonably Shady podcast. Reasonably Shady? I don't know about that.
If you live under a rock, we're talking about Karen Huger from the Real Housewives of Potomac, who was finally vindicated with a video.
Did you say finally vindicated? The vindication happened. Who was vindicated? The streets of Potomac or Karen? Who was vindicated?
Listen, I haven't watched the season, but when I saw that people said that she claimed she was going to be vindicated, I was like,
Ma'am,
if this is being vindicated,
Giselle.
I don't want to see what being guilty is like.
Oh my God.
well, you saw guilty. Actually,
Right.
there was the mini movie called Where Your Wig At is vindicate is like guilty, like as
God,
charged.
dog.
You're guilty as charged.
I should have probably taken a cab.
You probably should have taken a cab, yes.
Thank you.
Or an Uber.
But I'm very rich. when you Google me, you're gonna be so ashamed of yourself. I'm bad as fuck. I don't think I did anything bad except the driver.
You know, we're laughing, but like it's very, very sad. It's just sad, right?
I mean, it's very sad. I hate to say it though. I don't think those that are familiar with that person were shocked by what we saw. I know what I saw. I was like, yeah, that's par for the course. Like, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked by the nonsense coming out of the mouth. I'm not shocked by the denials and the deflections and, you know, that apparently were happening from the jump. I'm not surprised.
In your right mind, you don't say that you're going to be vindicated, and you know that that video exists.
But I'm not surprised by any of that. I'm not surprised that you filmed a whole season and she said she was going to be vindicated. And shoot, when the crash initially happened, she's telling whoever, TMZ, oh, I was just sad or something. Like, I'm not surprised by any of the events that happened. Like, and that's the sad part.
Let me know how you feel about Karen being guilty and Karen not facing the music and showing up to the reunion due to entering rehab. Thanks for watching. Bye.